The Wizards shooting their first foul shot of the night.
Yeah, last year, collectively, only 74% from the line.
And that just has to improve, guys. I mean, the free throw shooting is something that has to get better. You're immediately putting yourself at a disadvantage when you shoot that poorly from the line.
Now here's Rondo looking for his first basket still in this one. There's the pick. Gay outside, out to the right wing. 5 to shoot. Here's Bellinelli. Gortat with the defensive effort.
Well, one of his issues is he's a player that just does not excel at fighting through contact on his way to the rim.
Gay with the block. They retain possession. Now Kobe. Second shot opportunity, and that one's good. Bryant's got his third basket of the night right there.
They've worked hard and created great chances for themselves in this opening quarter.
And if they match that effort at the defensive end, watch out.
Now here's Cousins. Gay with it. That one a little long.
That's an unusual, surprising miss for him. Typically, he's good on those inside.
And Bryant slams it in.
You could not diagram a better way to open a quarter.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, look at the lead they've jumped out to already. What a start.
Rondo kicks to McLemore. Pass to Cousins. Can they get it? And that one's good. Cousins has got 6.
He has such a nice touch for a big man.
Yeah, and they've got to figure out a way to get a bigger body on him. Because if they don't match up his size...
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying Clark to get back into this game like this.
Yeah, definitely a jam with emphasis. A big apostrophe or exclamation point. How about maybe even a question mark, partner?
Yeah, I would have to say there are a lot of questions right now from a defensive standpoint. That's for sure.
And that was Kia bringing you the close-up on the big-time play.
And it's like raining buckets right now. I wonder if this is the early stages of a blowout.
Well, we've got to be careful. Don't want to get ahead of ourselves just yet. But it has been pretty ugly so far, no doubt about that.
Timeout called by the Kings. You go back to before last season with Durant. He was set to lead Team USA to their tournament, but had to withdraw from the team club.
And, you know, withdrawing Kevin might have been the right play to keep him healthy. He still ended up on the shelf a good while last year, but I still think it was the right decision on his part.
And as competitive as Durant is, you know, it was strange to see him take himself off of Team USA. But let's face it, that Paul George injury played a big role, not only in his decision, but in a lot of guys throughout the league.
Darren Collison, he's checked in for Rajon Rondo. Here's Bellinelli, banked in off the glass.
And, you know, Durant was not the only one affected by that injury to Paul George. To see something like that happen in an exhibition game can make anybody think twice about summer play.
Here is Kersey. Bellinelli is covering. Kersey passes to Gortat.
No question he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Wizards.
Well, I like the fact they've already been getting a lot of high-quality shots in the paint.
And that's what's created a rhythm for them offensively. That's also why you see them knocking down that mid-range jump shot.
He's off on the second. The Kings trail by 13. Outside Collison. Bellinelli dishes to Collison. Cousins, Gortat with the block. And here we go, the Wizards fast break. And Wall gets it to go in on the assist by Kersey. And that's now 6 points for John Wall. Collison kicks to Cousins. Up and in for the basket, number 4. That makes him 4 for 5 now. Wizards leading by 13, and Doris Burke spoke with George Clark. Doris?
Kevin, when addressing his game plan for today, he said there's just too much speed on the other side to make this a transition battle. He's confident they have an advantage in a half-court game, so that's the type of contest he'd like to take it to. We'll see how it works out for his club.
All right, Doris, thank you very much. 6 on the shot clock. Rebound, Washington.
There was just enough defensive pressure to get him off balance and cause that shot to go awry.
And he could be the guy to put this game out of reach.
The Kings trail by 17. Outside Collison. There's the screen. Feeds it to Bellinelli. That falls. Great assist by Darren Collison. Bellinelli's got 5. Bellinelli's gotten 2 of his 3 shots to go tonight. Kersey passes to Gortat. To the middle. Here is Kersey. He's got 8. Pulls it up. Another one falls for Washington.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Collison dishes to Gay. Durant with the steal. And here we go. Washington fast break. Kobe kicks to Durant. Looking for Gortat. He gets it there. That one goes in for him, too, making it look easy. He's now 4 for 4.
And that's going to increase the field goal percentage even more. They have a huge edge in that category.
And that's because they've been playing smart basketball. I mean, they've been very patient offensively, and their shot selection has been superb.
And the jam by Kevin Durant.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at either end, steals, fast break buckets, and the other team scrambling to find its game.
Great point. I mean, that aggression has allowed them to just create a lot of havoc. And boy, are they taking advantage.
Cousins with the bucket.
And really, the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
Wizards leading by 18. .102 left in the first quarter. Wall against Collison. Wall passes to Kersey. Rocket 6. And stolen by Cousins. Outside Collison. They set the pick. Knocks it loose. Gay outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The 3 ball. It's rebounded by Kersey.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
Bryant.
Shots, gentlemen.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Kobe Bryant taking 2 shots.
First one falls for him. The Kings making a switch here. Butler's checked in. And Kobe drops them both. The Kings trail by 20. Outside Collison. They set the screen. Stolen by Durant. Wall wide open. He got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And that's it for the first quarter in what's been a very lopsided game. Wizards out front, just dominating this one. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere.
Ladies and and gentlemen, Verizon Center, give it up for your...
Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And quite a position here for the Wizards to be in. What do you guys think?
You know, they're not going to sit back and just take jump shots. It's all about attacking the paint and getting to the rim.
That's who they are. They've been the aggressor early, attacking the hoop and getting into that paint.
For the Sacramento Kings, their last game a loss to the Rockets in Houston. On the court for Sacramento, they've got Caron Butler. Collison is out there with James Anderson. Then there's Caspi, and it's Koufos in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Wizards leading by 18. Well, nobody really knew, Greg, what to make of Washington going into last year's playoffs. They came out strong with a big sweep against a pretty good Raptors team.
Yeah, how about taking them down 4 straight? And it was the first time a team has swept an opponent without home court advantage since 2011. Also was the first sweep for the Wizards in franchise history. And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Yeah, but in this case, I think he got it right. I mean, the defender was still moving there and never really had good legal guarding position.
And he's just big-boarded right there. The height advantage he's got down low, really difficult for them to defend.
The Kings trail by 20.
And in the second round, the Wizards continued to be a tough opponent. I mean, they went up 2-1 on the Hawks, but were unable to keep the series lead. A lot of close, heartbreaking losses for them in that series.
Well, that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, nice job there, Greg. Recognizing the opportunity was there to push it, and then excellent execution.
Ball's knocked loose. It's stolen by Wall. All alone. That's not as easy as he made it look, guys. You've got to have some skills to pull that baby off.
Well, he's got plenty of those skills necessary.
And you know what?
Man.
That man can climb a ladder. And Kosta Koufos, an excellent rotation center. I mean, he gets after it on the inside. He'll give you some rebounds, can block some shots. He's made himself into a factor.
And Koufos not really a shooter, Clark. He does his damage around the rim.
Yeah, he really does. The former Buckeye is a great screen setter. He attacks the offensive glass, plays within himself, he knows his role, and he does it well.
To the left side wing. Now here's Durant. Tight defense on him. Kersey kicks to Durant. 6 to shoot. And he drops it in from the low post. Durant's got 8 points.
Offensively, he can be the engine that drives them at any given time.
Caspi dishes to Anderson. Good ball movement here by the Kings. Outside Collison. Pulls up. High post. No good off the front iron.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room.
And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Here's Gortat. And he jams it with authority.
His ball distribution tonight just as good as it gets.
Yeah, it sure has been. I mean, all you have to do is look at the numbers. There's no lying in those totals.
Timeout called by the Kings.
You know what? I think he thinks he can make a few improvements to how things are going on right now.
Yeah, and you know, coaches always are looking for ways to tweak things and change it up a little bit, no matter what the situation is. That's what coaches do.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Hey, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what George Karl was saying to the team. The focus of their discussion was getting their offense to run through Butler. Coach is looking for him to take on a lot of responsibility when they've got the ball, to be a leader at the offensive end. I'm sure Coach is hoping those changes turn the tide in this game and shrink the deficit before halftime. Back to you, Kevin.
And thanks for that story, Doris. A drive by Collison. Up and in on the layup. Collison's got his second bucket of the night.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation, but, boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his
This is crazy. Every shot they're taking right now is finding the mark.
literally